As difficult as it is to put a figure on the garment industry's impact on climate change, it is not an impossibility. The rapid growth of the fashion industry not only goes hand in hand with cost-cutting measures, but with environmental damages. According to the World Resources Institute, an estimated 5% of greenhouse gases are emitted from the apparel industry, and this is equivalent to what is produced by the aviation industry. Also, the clothing industry is said to be the second to oil in terms of global pollution. Experts in the apparel sector say, if managed properly, the sector can be a one-stop shop in the fighting against climate change.
We know for sure that in some parts of the world, cotton is produced with chemicals that actually have detrimental effects on the environment. We know for sure that polyester is made from plastics, which is a petroleum product. And of course, electricity. Dirty sources of electricity, for example, coal and diesel generators, are used to produce most of products from apparel companies in places like China and India. If you can deal with the emissions in the garment supply chain, you can begin to reduce emissions from all these sectors I've mentioned.
The social impact manager of Ethical Apparel Africa, Mr. Abubakar Kamil, advised that recycling of clothes should be encouraged rather than going through the entire production chain.
What we can do as an industry is to ensure that instead of rather going through the whole supply chain altogether, turning cotton into fabrics, dyeing them, and into garments or fashion products, why can't we engage in recycling? For example, it's estimated that recycling actually costs lower, not just the cost in a way, but it also emits less carbon.
Mr. Kamil said, if the race against climate change must be won, customers must also change their buying habits.
If you were looking for a factory that does not exploit its workers, paying them below minimum wages and whatnot, you can't see it on the feature of the product. It actually reflects in the cost of that product. If you are expecting to buy something like this for 1 Ghana cedis, then you can be sure that it might have gone through processes that adversely impacts the environment.
Experts in the fashion industry hope that players in the sector will be more environmentally conscious to help achieve the ultimate goal of reducing the effect of carbon emissions in Africa. Salome Tetteh, GBC 24, Accra.